You're not dreaming, or maybe you are, but this is Mr. Lobo's weekly announcement. Emphasis on week. No. How is everyone doing? It's quite. We're having quite a great something, aren't we, Aaron? Isn't it spectacular?
Yeah.
Doing great. We actually have some stuff to be excited about. I've just been exhausted. There's been so much going on.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. You weren't kidding about the week. That's how we're feeling right now.
Yeah. It's hard to keep up with, but we do have some new stations, new broadcast television stations that are picking up episodes of Cinema Insomnia, new episodes, old episodes. This week we gave them Bigfoot, Mysterious Monster, which I think is one of our funniest episodes. It is the Peter Graves documentary, which it feels like Waiting for Guffman only with Bigfoot. It's unintentionally funny, but we do an extra funny wraparound with it. If you haven't seen that episode, it is available on the Roku channel and on the OSI 74 website in our Sleepless Saturday Sleepovers category. But we are making it available along with Children Shouldn't Play with Dead Things, Terror in the Haunted House, what was the other one?
Day of the Triffids.
Day of the Triffids.
And I Bury the Living.
I Bury the Living. We've added it to the roster with PEG Media for public television, educational television, government channels, to grab those episodes and give them back to the people. We have 14 stations now, Aaron.
Oh, wow. 14
broadcast stations. Our newest is East Hampton, not East Hampton. East Hampton, even though the T and the H go together.
Oh,
you don't
funny.
say East Hampton.
Yeah.
East Hampton Media in Massachusetts.
I think my brain just separated them. I didn't even realize it's run together.
Massachusetts. Massachusetts. I don't know. I need my mother to say that so it sounds proper. And then, of course, that's really exciting. That looks like a great station too. I was checking out their website.
Oh, cool.
Pacifica. Our friends in Pacifica. Boy, we love Pacifica. What a beautiful area. Pacific Coast Television is now carrying Cinema Insomnia again. I think they might have never stopped carrying it. I think they were showing it like at Tuesdays at 11 at night or something. But now they're actively grabbing those episodes off of the public television website.
So if you've been watching it there, they're going to have some new content instead of cycling the same like 10 episodes.
Yeah, right. Yes, expect some new episodes with the folks over there at Pacific Coast Television. Also, we have in Petaluma as well over in Northern California, home of John. Pacifica is the home of John Stanley. Tom Wersch's home is Petaluma. Also home of the Petaluma Mutant. A lot of people don't know that because it's not true. All right. So, community TV, we also have, so Petaluma Community TV, City of Wisconsin Rapids. And then we have City of Wisconsin, or City of, there's another one in there too that's a city of. I can't find it now. City of West Bend, Wisconsin. So there's 2 Wisconsin stations that are city of stations. I'm assuming they're government stations, but some pretty hip government stations if they're picking up our show. And then, of course, we've got Woodland TV. That's an exciting one. I've got a lot of friends there. Andrew from Toy Fusion is from Woodland.
Oh, wow. I didn't know that.
And then, of course, we've got KGOV2 in Kalamazoo, in Kokomo. All the funny, these are all them made up, right?
Yeah.
Erie, Pennsylvania, Kokomo, yeah. No, the real places. Kokomo, Indiana. We did our Kokomo joke last week, so I won't bore you with that. We are on Cam Television in Erie, Indiana.
Isn't it Erie, Pennsylvania?
Excuse me, Erie, Pennsylvania.
Erie, Indiana,
Erie, Indiana is a
TV
show. Erie, Pennsylvania is where you can watch our TV show. Erie, Pennsylvania. Oh, and Erie, Pennsylvania just happened to be where Saturday the 14th takes place, which we just watched on our Twitch stream for our Misunderstood Movie Monday. Let's see here. That was kind of exciting. We've got PMN1, of course, in Michigan and Kalamazoo. CMN TV in Oakland County, Michigan. Throwback TV in Buffalo. So it's very exciting. They're all showing Cinema Insomnia. Again, we have 14 stations now. I don't know if we mentioned everybody, but I tried to drop some of the new ones in there and some of the ones that we know. Was the Two Harbors?
Yeah, I think you mentioned.
Two Harbors, Minnesota?
Minnesota, yeah.
Two Harbors, Minnesota, which has a very nice website. They have us kind of featured on there, which is nice. So yeah, check.
No, they're the ones that showed Children Shouldn't Play with Dead Things last night, right?
Yes, exactly. So I'm assuming they'll be running it every week in the middle of the week. But we'll see. So so check your listings. But we are on over-the-air stations again, and it's kind of exciting.
And it's nice having a pretty recent one run on TV.
Yeah, and it have a recent one. It's probably never run on television. A lot of these have never run on television. So that's really exciting, and hopefully it'll bring more folks to us. Yeah,
I would think streaming aside, that was probably the broadcast premiere for Children Shouldn't Play with Dead Things, the Cinema Insomnia episode.
Yeah, I think you're right. Newsletter drops this week. You can go to our website, cinemainsomnia.com, and get on our list. Stay in the Lobo loop, and it's cinemainsomnia.com/join-our-list, or just go to the website. There's a button right on the front page. I believe
cinemainsomnia.com/mailing list now takes you there too.
Oh yeah? Wow, didn't know that. Spin Master Scott's been working overtime.
Yeah.
We got to send him a fruit basket or something. So we got some good stuff going on there. We have so pardon our dust. We're still breaking things down from when we did our 3D experimental. Johnny 3D was in here, and we did an experimental 3D episode. We had Aaron up here. And Sally the Zombie Cheerleader, and Johnny 3D and Melody, and they were all here. Melody Muse, Johnny 3D, everybody was all front and center. We were eating, well, we weren't eating popcorn, but we were throwing stuff at the screen for sure.
As Paul Tidd dubbed you, me, and Sally, MST Three Stooges.
MST Three Stooges or go! So we were in 3D in front of the movie, which was also in 3D.
Yeah.
And we showed It Came From Outer Space in 3D on Twitch, and that was a good time. That was a really good time.
And then we showed the
Bob Wilkins special. Yeah, that was also wonderful. So thank you all who stayed super late, because we had a hard time getting it started. We had so many technical difficulties. But for all of you who stayed and all of you who stayed late, we had a great time on Saturday. And we are going to be able to replay that episode. We're starting a new category on the Roku channel. This is the OSI 74 Roku channel.
And probably OSI74.com as well.
Probably OSI74.com, yes. So we're going to have a new category that I believe Aaron is calling Cinema Insomnia Livestream Replays.
Yeah.
And there you'll be able to see our 3D shenanigans in effect, and we will be cherry picking some of our live content that we're doing on Twitch and anywhere else we might be doing live content. Who knows the way things are going. I know Twitch is going through some changes. Who knows where we'll be a year from now? Who knows? But for right now, we're happy. Don't worry about us, Twitch. We're okay for now. Something exciting for this Saturday. I guess before we get to this Saturday, let's talk about the episodes we're making. We're still working on Ghastly Love of Johnny X. It is the most ambitious episode that we've ever done. It's going to be great. You're going to have to trust us.
Well, and right now a lot of the hang up is just the scheduling for the last couple of bits.
We have some people and we have some resources that we're trying to get together for this, but it will be worth it. I promise you. You want to help us out by being an associate producer for the Ghastly Love of Johnny X. We are going to send you some Ghastly Scope glasses.
And I don't know if you saw, Paul has actually been mailing out CDs to people he promised from our stream.
Yeah.
I saw people posting photos with the CDs and everything.
Yes. And Paul has autographed several pairs of Ghastly scope glasses that we were going to be giving away to our associate producers. So a good reason to jump on as an associate producer while we have those autographed Ghastly scope glasses in stock. And it will also be the premiere of Ghastly Love of Johnny X on Blu-ray. It will be the only place you can get it on Blu-ray for now. Of course, that will be limited, and eventually, I'm assuming somebody will jump all over Ghastly Love of Johnny X for Blu-ray. But we're going to enjoy premiering it on Blu-ray. What a wonderful thing! It's an exciting thing for us. And we're also making the kids episode. Of course, we put the Bela Lugosi Meets a Brooklyn Gorilla episode just back a little bit. That one is another very ambitious episode. It's going to take place over a few different time periods and has a lot of guest characters. So I want to take my time with that one and make that one as the way that I see it in my head. We do have an urgency because we have these wonderful youngins who are getting in to the show now. We have. It started with Vivi, and then of course there's Beatrix now, and there's Sunny, and there is Ava, and Edie, and Saul and Dina, and T, and a bunch of young folks.
Brendan, Ellie, and Amali.
Brendan, Ellie, and Amali.
Yeah.
So that's we've got amazing and more ones that we can't.
These are just the ones that we know by name.
The ones that we know by name, but a lot of young insomniacs coming up, and that's very exciting for us.
That they probably shouldn't be seeing.
Yeah, and they're going to grow up fast. So we want to make a show just for the kids. So we're working on the Giant Monster Air Sea Battle Superturtle Meets Shovelface. And that is going to be our special, I don't want to say kid-friendly episode because that sounds so patronizing, but it is going to be a kid-centric episode and celebrating our younger viewers and not alienating our older viewers. If you like Super Turtle Destroys the Universe, then you'll like what we're doing with this episode as well.
And I mean, that was a kid's episode.
That was a kid's
still had Caligula jokes.
Yeah, so. I don't know. We don't do the kids episode thing very well. But at least kids we're not patronizing.
The jokes that went over their head, they didn't get
it's
anyway.
It's supposed to have those.
Something for the parents.
It's like
to laugh
Rocky
at.
and Bullwinkle, where it's got the stuff that flies over the kids' heads and hits the parents square in the eyes, hopefully. And hopefully doesn't make them turn it off.
And shout out to Toy Fusion for getting us a couple of props for the episode.
Yes, Toy Fusion gets a big shout out this week. They got us a couple props for the kids episode. So if you are in the Northern California area, spinning by, what is it, Arden Way?
Yeah, it's over on Arden.
Over on Arden Way. How on Arden, right? Right there?
I believe, right in that whole plaza area.
So it's over there near Del Taco. Pick up a couple of burritos, and I miss those burritos.
Yep. The last time I was out there, Andrew from Toy Fusion took me to Del Taco just to send Lobo pictures of us eating there.
Just to taunt me. And look at some amazing toys. They've got everything. If you're into, whatever it is, Star Wars, G.I. Joe, Transformers, stuff from the 60s. They've got all kinds of stuff. Movie props, all kinds of things.
Like all of his
comic book
props from the Star Wars movies, if you remember, in that warehouse. It's crazy.
Yeah. That was mind-blowing. It was like being in inside of Area 51 or something. It was like all these amazing magical treasures that have been collected.
Well, and you haven't been there in a year or two, but where the main shop is now, the building directly across from it, like half of that's Toy Fusion now too.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, he's taken over that and then a third warehouse.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. But at least those two open up for business.
No wonder whenever I ask him if he has something, he's like, I have no idea, probably.
Well, and then it's like when I was there, because I only saw him for a couple hours, but we were at the store, and then he was just like, anything you want, just take it. And it's just like...
do that with me.
Yeah, but it's one of those things where I'm like, I can't get that on the plane. I fly out at 9 in the morning tomorrow. We needed to figure this out a week ago.
I had to buy my Vampirella magazines when I was there. So thanks for nothing, Andrew.
Well, I think he's really realizing how swamped in merchandise he is now. He's got 3 buildings full.
We're not making it in negotiations easy for Andrew. We should probably quit talking about that. So anyhow, if we've got, what else have we got going on this weekend? Okay, so we mentioned our associate producer. Cinemainsomnia.com/ pre-orders,
yeah.
You can see the episodes we're working on, and you can be an associate producer. Or if you don't need another Blu-ray or DVD in your house and you want to support us, certainly support the studio by going to our GoFundMe, which is cinemainsomnia.com/support. And all monies just go into keeping the lights on and keeping this place going, so that we can make these announcements, and other stuff, like shows. So are we ready to talk about this weekend?
Sure.
Okay, so we're going to cap it off with this weekend, unless you have something else.
Well, I feel like we might have to go into a little bit of setup as to what we're showing this weekend.
Oh, yeah, for sure. Okay, so the very first episode that Aaron was brought in, Aaron is like the Mr. Wolf from Pulp Fiction, where if you just got a headless body in your back of your car and you have to get rid of it. Aaron comes and fixes your broken movies.
Yep.
And he does that professionally. He's done that in Hollywood. And we had some really bad problems where we had some footage that wasn't quite going together, and stuff that we had some green screen and some things that we had shot that we just couldn't make workable into an episode. Had a lot of technical aspects to it. So Aaron was brought in, and that's where we met Aaron.
Yeah.
And he's been with us ever since. We knocked him over the head and tied him up with duct tape, forced him to edit the show for 10 years. But anyhow, so Aaron started working on the show in, what was that? It was 2011 or something?
Yeah,
like that?
around there.
And War of the Planets is the John Stanley meets Mr. Lobo episode part 2, I guess. This is the second time we had John on. A direct sequel to the Nightmare in Blood episode. And we show Cosmos War of the Planets, which is one of those, what's that guy's name? It's like something Bradley.
Al Bradley, or Alfonso Brescia is his real name.
Yeah, another one of those Al Bradley Star Odyssey movies.
As we've dubbed them, the crappy Italian Star Wars.
The crappy Italian Star Wars saga.
Yeah.
So we're showing one of those movies, and it's with John Stanley, and there were a lot of things that bothered me about the episode. It never sounded really good. There were aspects of it that were unfinished. There was a thing where I couldn't tell if it was squashed or stretched, but everything looked a little weird, and I thought maybe perhaps it was.
And you even make a joke about it in the introductory rap.
Yeah.
Which, like, we finally pieced together is actually setting something up.
Yeah.
Where it was like the footage was shot one way, but then when they digitized it, they transferred it in the wrong aspect ratio.
Yeah.
And so it was the first episode that was actually shot widescreen, but then it was transferred back to full screen.
Yeah.
And so we were editing full screen files.
Yeah, so it was widescreen and then made into 4:3, and so we had a little bit of that spaghetti western stretch there.
And then we just tonight found another episode that was shot by the same people, has the same problem, or have to go back and fix.
Yes. So we have those episodes that have those aspects to them, and we finally not only put it the correct aspect ratio, but Aaron upscaled the video. It looks beautiful.
Yeah, I ran it through AI and
looks like it was shot yesterday.
Yeah.
It's unbelievable. And then Aaron recomposited the effects.
Yeah, because once the green screen stuff was in high def, even though the green screen wasn't lit particularly well, it was much easier to do those effects than it was with a 4:3 standard definition green screen that wasn't lit right.
So this is like a full restoration of our War of the Planets episode. And there's more stuff, right? You found more footage?
Yeah, because when I edited it originally, I just had a folder that I was given that had like the wraps with like 1A, 2A, etc. And this, I found on an old hard drive, the actual tape digitized. And when I went and looked at it and had all the raw footage, there was a whole wrap that was shot that just got dropped. that the sound was bad, and I was able to use AI to actually clean up the sound so that you can actually...
So you brought the sound back.
Yeah, and I actually ran the whole episode, like all the raps through that.
Wow.
So there's like lines by Cosmonauti that you couldn't hear before that you can now hear she's speaking.
Wow.
Things like that.
That's amazing.
But so there's a new rap that wasn't there before, and there's 3 other segments with John Stanley. They're just little bonus things I added in.
Wow. Well, I'm excited to watch it all over again this weekend on our Twitch together. So if you go to cinemainsomnia.com/Twitch, follow or subscribe, and join us Saturday night, 10 p.m. Eastern, 9 p.m. Central, 8 p.m. Mountain, or 7 p.m. Pacific. In the United States, and I guess whatever your clock says, wherever you live. And join us Saturday night for War of the Planets. We were originally going to perhaps go to the Shankweiler Drive-In to do our B-roll stuff, but we decided that since I'm leaving for Monster Bash the week after, it might be a good idea to be here one more, not skip 2 weekends in a row. So, so join me this weekend for War of the Planets, our restored John Stanley episode. It's going to be spectacular, gosh, maybe we should bring crappy Italian R2-D2 into the studio.
That would be funny.
All right. Well, thank you, and all systems are go.